Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that have helped me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about open houses. So we'll talk about, as a property management company, should you be doing open houses? I'm going to tell you what we do, but if you're an owner looking for some guidance on, hey, are you guys going to be doing open houses? I get this question quite a bit from new owners coming on board, and it's just something I want to talk through a little bit with y'all. So yeah, we'll go through that in this video. If you guys take a couple minutes, if you like this, if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, share it with somebody. If not, leave a comment, question below. Any feedback, we're always happy to go through that. So today, guys, like I mentioned, we're going to cover open houses. So for leases, we're leasing property. Do you do open houses? I can give you guys the quick and dirty answer. Not doing open houses. So that was just all for effect. I just wrote that on there all for that. Why don't you do open houses, Cameron? Open houses don't really, I'm not going to speak on the sales side. That's for somebody who's got a lot more experience in that than me to share that. Open houses are not really pertinent for leases. Why? Because once a tenant vacates, we use showing services. So what does that mean? So currently we use Showing Hero, which allows tenants to do self-guided tours. What does that mean, Cameron? Well, that means that when a tenant drives by or sees the property online, they don't have to call us and then say, when are you available? I want to go see this, then. There's a screening process and some criteria, and many other companies do this. I'm not, condoning Showing Hero is just who we've used and screened and integrates with our software. But there are plenty of companies out there, and most property management companies are going to use a showing service. So that ability for a tenant to come in, they have to download some stuff, do some screening with credit card and ID and stuff like that, and then they can go see the property themselves. So instead of doing an open house and saying, hey, you have to come from 3 to 5 on Saturday, or 1 to 4 on Saturday or Sunday or whatever, here's your time block, you're allowing the tenant to go whenever they want. And that might be at 9 o'clock at night. That might be at 9 o'clock in the morning. And instead of worrying about your agent's schedule, that allows the tenants to go through whenever they need to. So we see more showings, we get more activity instead of just saying, here's a block of time to drum up interest. That's one of the biggest things. So self-showings, if your company that you hire or the property management company you're looking at doesn't do self-showings, I can tell you I was dramatically against it. I want to knock on wood here, to date have done hundreds, probably getting close to 1,000 different showings with a showing service, a self-showings, and never had an issue. Not one, something broken, not something missing, nothing. So I think if your company that you hire is not doing that, you probably want to look into it. It might be a little bit outdated. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things that now with technology, it's phenomenal. So I was dramatically against it, but nonetheless, huge. The second reason is most of the open houses are going to be for people in the neighborhood. They're like, oh, I see, it just shows them online or wherever, open house on Saturday, open house on Sunday. But you see a lot of activity. Again, if you want to go see it and it's not that time, you just go during your self-showing, your self-tour. But if you're going to go on the open houses, most of those people are in the neighborhood. They're the ones who are driving by and they're like, oh, hey, Tom and Linda's house seems to be on the market. I'm going to go down there and look at it or check it out. Most of the people that you're going to get that drum up from open houses are people in the area that are interested in what's going on in their neighborhood and how that might affect their house. So these aren't really tenants that want to lease the property. They're more owners in the area that want to find out what's going on in case they want to leave and they're going to lease their property. They're going to say, man, their house, our neighbor's house, Bob and Sue are leased for $2,000 a month. Man, our house is a lot nicer. We should be able to get 22, 23, 24, 2,500. Those are the people that come to open houses. It's not the tenant who's like, oh, perfect, I'm going to come to this open house. I think COVID changed a lot of this as well. I heard folks who used to do showings, they say, I'm going to do one hour or 2 hours of showings on Saturday and Sunday, and they'd have 1 or 2 hours, and they'd say, after that, we're not doing any more. Bring your applications and submit everything, first come, first serve. I don't think that's really as applicable. People work schedules, people coming in from out of state. It's very much a different animal now. So we've had plenty of people come from out of state. How do you schedule a showing for them? We do virtual tours. So if you're only going to do an open house, you limit it. And again, we have self-showing, so that takes on all that. And open houses really, truly just drum up interest from around the neighborhood. If you're an agent and you're looking to get some activity for maybe leads to build a relationship with other people in the neighborhood to try to get leases or sales, that is what open houses are for. But as far as you, for an owner, getting your property leased, open houses have no bearing on that whatsoever. I would love for somebody to disagree with me. If you're an agent or you're somebody that does a lot of open houses and has that work for leases, I would love to hear the strategy and the tactics on how you do that, but we have not seen it. So we do not do open houses. We don't find them valuable. We don't find them to lease your property any quicker than just having it active and using our showing service. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. And like I said, if y'all are an agent or somebody that disagree, I would love to hear how you're using open houses to get properties leased more quickly. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I'll see you next week.